What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Quick Takes on the Maximilian Must Know channel. Did one of these a little bit while back, and for those of you who might have missed it or haven't watched it yet, basically this is when I very quickly, or at least as quick as I can, talk about a fragrance that I've purchased, one that's not going to get a full review because I don't have the time for it. And, I thought this would be a good way because, I buy a lot of fragrances. I'm really only reviewing 50 a year when I'm probably buying, 100, maybe a couple over 100. So I thought this would just be a good way to shine some light on, give you quick takes on fragrances that aren't going to get reviewed. And at the end, I'll tell you whether you should buy it, try it, or pass on it, in my opinion. This one is from the house of Jovan. It is called Intense Oud, and I found out about this fragrance, I believe, through another reviewer, Sebastian. He has a channel called Man Loves Cologne, and if you haven't checked out his channel, please do. He's such an asset to the fragrance community. He's sort of like me in that he really likes his high-end fragrances. He's got stuff by Amouage and Xerjoff, and Dior Privé. They're really good stuff. But he also loves finding a bargain online and pulling those diamonds out of the rough. He loves the cheapies on Amazon, and I do too. I think to really be well-rounded and know fragrances to a really nth degree, you have to know fragrances that cost less than $10 all the way up to the ones that run you $1,000. So he does that. I try to do that as well, even though we don't talk that much on this channel about those fragrances. If you look at my collection, the 300, I'd say 70, 80 are probably under $30 fragrances, and I have quite a few under 10. So Sebastian, did a video on this. I had seen this before, but his video sort of really made me want to check it out. I picked it up for $10 on Amazon. For those of you who might not know, Jovan is an old American company who did, I think it's called Sexual Appeal. They did Musk, that was very famous in the 80s and I think late 70s, and now they're really trying to modernize, and they came out with an amber fragrance recently that I've seen, called a poor man's version of Amber Nargis. They've come out with this Intense Oud, and I have to tell you, for $9, I'm extremely impressed with this. It's a really nice fragrance. It's not going to fool you, I don't think, into thinking it's a Montal Oud or a quality oud fragrance, but it is a good oud fragrance at this price point. I have a few oud fragrances under $10, one by Canon called Agarwood, and one by Al Rehab called Oudi, and I think this is the best of the three. When you first get it on, you definitely get that oud blast. It is synthetic. There's some spices in here as well, and some incense, I think. Also, I think maybe a rose note. It's just, if you're sort of want to dip your toe into the oud pool and you don't want to spend a lot of money to see how you feel about oud, give this one a good look. It's really not fair to look at this, though, give this a trial as an oud scent, because it's not good enough, I don't think, to really give you a picture of what oud is about, but this will sort of point you in the right direction, and you can sort of get the feel for what that sort of medicinally woody, dank smell that oud typically has. This is a great way to do that for under $10. And for someone like me, I think this is just a great fragrance to have in your collection. You can layer this with other better oud fragrances to give them some depth and give this some depth. If you just want to throw something on quick, you could throw this on. I'm actually going to blast a spray of it right now. Yeah, it's just it's a really nice $10 fragrance. That's all I could say. It's sort of got a peppery feel to it. Reminds me a little bit, on first blast, you might get fooled into thinking this is a Montal now that I smell it again. It's just really nice out the gate. Doesn't last forever, but this is a scent that I think, there's guys out there that love budget fragrances and you like ordering them from Amazon, just seeing what they're all about, check this one out. And you might want to check the amber one out too. That isn't on my to purchase list, but I'm really impressed with this. I'm really surprised, and I'm really happy that I have this in my collection. So check out Jovan Oud, Intense Oud, and let me know what you think. And hopefully we'll be back for another quick time video very, very soon. We will, of course, have a fragrance review this weekend. I'm Maximilian. I must know.